Hi guys, good to see you. Okay, I need to make camera focus on me, on my face. Yeah, I think it is focusing now. It's good. Hi guys, how are you doing? Let me check if it works. I can easily check now here. Yeah, it works. I think so. We'll see. Okay. Hi, Alvin Archer. Hello, Just Jimmy. Pavel Britzner. Annie. Yuki Chick. How you doing? Mark Sangamon. Ortham. Weiss? How do I read that name? Okay, yes, it is working. Good. Good. Okay, yeah, I just checked here. 0 viewers. Interesting. How the hell does it work? I'm just checking it on YouTube Studio now. But I can stop doing that and just focus on the stream. Hello, Surfer Des, how you doing? Hello, Mertzy. Hello, Mike. Hello, Andreas Lach. Good to see you guys. Okay, I am just 5 minutes overdue today. That's great. A great result for me, right? Not 20, not 40, just 6 minutes. Slava Ukraini, Героям Slava. Thank you, Dmitrik. And yes, Героям Slava, hello to you. Rachel Mabe, hello to you. Good to see you all in the chat, guys. So, what do I need to do? I need to actually get to the news right away because I have only 1.5 hours and a shitload of news to present. And before that, I will just quickly inform you that I am pretty tired today, did not have enough sleep, not because of Russians. Tonight I had a lot of energy yesterday and I could not sleep, and I went to sleep only at 2:30, so I just woke up at 10. 7.5 hours is unfortunately not enough for me. So yeah, I'm just on low energy today, but I felt like I need to present the news. I now feel the responsibility because, first of all, I think you guys can hear a bit more here because I'm using the Ukrainian sources, and the sources that are usually not always, okay? There is Sternenko, but there are sources that I sometimes not reaching the Western audience. This is why I now feel responsibility to bring the news weekly to you. And even though I maybe wanted to rest today, to skip doing the news stream, I will do it anyway. I will ask you to donate today too, guys, as always, but I'm not going to be setting any goal for this stream because it's going to be shorter, and it is going to be focused on the news. I won't be able to talk much about fundraising and ask you 100 times to donate. So please donate without me asking you if you have the means, or if you decide to make an extra donation today because you think that getting the news from Ukraine is important here. Because it's important, but maybe you think it's important to get those news or that news. How do you say it properly? The same news on different channels. Maybe you just don't like my style. Anyway, here's the raffle item. Let me unfold this flag and show it to you. This is the flag of 118th Territorial Defense Brigade, in particular 157th Separate Battalion. So guys, the yellow and blue patch on this flag is the patch of 118th Brigade. By the way, in this shot you can see my gray hair pretty well. And the one with the cross in flames and some arrows inside the cross is 157th Battalion. It is signed by the two defenders, Cap and Greek, Hrek in Ukrainian, and Cap is the same. It sounds the same. These guys got a NAFA truck from us and the Mavic 3T drone. So they are, yeah, they were very grateful and they signed this flag. Here's Cap. And on that side, there's Greek out there. And this one says, thanks from the military personnel of the military unit A7323. Yeah, a bit formal, this one, right? But why not, for once, have a formal... wow, to the left, Prometheus UA says that to the left there, that's a coat of arms of the town of Zolotonosha. It's the place where this battalion was formed. Prometheus, may I ask you to write some short material, maybe, this week if you have the electricity for it and the time, because I think the biggest problem is electricity, right? So if you have time, can you please look into it and tell us a bit more? Okay. I've been watching 2000 meters to Andriivka. It's now on YouTube, PBS Frontline. Amazing, guys. That movie is amazing. I recommended it to you, I think in October or in the end of September. It feels like 2 months have passed since I watched it. And it is, yeah, it is hard to watch it, but I recommend to watch it because it's important to understand how fucking hard it is on the front line for our heroes. And you can see the operation that Roman Trochimets took part in. So he is there somewhere at that time when they were filming that movie. So, yeah, it is a story that is personal. Ні, проблема навіть не в часі. Там мало інфи. Можеш сам зайти в Вікіпедію міста Золотоноша і показати ролерам, що це за місто, який герб. Добре, Prometheus зроблю. Okay, yeah, guys, Prometheus is saying that it's not about the time, it's about the lack of information about this, about these coat of arms. You know, territorial defense brigades, they don't have such battle history, and usually, like, history of their symbols is not that complicated or complex as with some mechanized brigades or tank brigades, some famous brigades, especially the old ones. Okay, guys, the news. Please keep donating. I need to pin the link in the chat. Give me a second. PayPal for... No, that's Ukrainian language. PayPal for UA Army donations. And the link. That's what I need to put there. Give me a second. That's gonna happen pretty fast. I guess. I hope so. I need to just pin it here, so I shouldn't go there every time. I think I even got it here. What just happened? Yes, I have it there. I don't need to open the stream every time. Fantastic. Yeah, sorry guys. And I think I need to hold the microphone closer, right? Because it was a pretty quiet. When I'm tired, I'm not speaking loudly, and I'm just kind of mumbling. Okay, here's the comment, and here's pin the message. Okay, good. Good. What do I need to do? It's pinned, guys. Now you know where to go and donate if you did not know. Thank you. We're raising funds for the night vision, 2 night vision goggles for the 27th National Guard Brigade and a shotgun for them. Okay. I'm going to be absent from the chat, guys. So if you want to ask some questions about the news you're going to be hearing, please wait until like an hour from now. I will address the questions later after I read the news, okay? I need to be focused on the news to provide them properly. So please, yeah, please enjoy. If there's gonna be some enjoyable stuff, I this time decided actually to begin with enjoyable stuff, and that enjoyable stuff is what Russia gets lately on its territory. And thanks to the unmanned systems forces, to Magyar, it is happening every night in multiple places. It's very effective. You know, the attacks on Russian territory on their military objects is very effective lately. Or are. Yes, they are. They are not is. Okay, my friends, I just need to do this. Okay. Yeah, I just quickly need to scroll up to the news and quickly provide the information for you. Yes, here it is. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It seems I am a bit tired. Yeah, I told you that before. Sounds better? Thank you. Okay, so here it is. The video that my dad posted yesterday. Yeah, and he said this. The multicolored night of November 25th on the swamps, carried out by the SBS birds together with the SSO, meaning SOF, SBU, HUR, the State Border Guard Service, and other components of the Deep Strike Forces of the Defense Forces of Ukraine. The night's palette. First, the Beriev Aircraft Repair Plant, Taganrog, Rostov region, Russia, with A-50 long-range radar aircraft and others. So in this video, you don't see all of the listed objects, but I'm going to be showing it to you anyway. So this is that Taganrog Aviation Scientific Technical Complex of Beriev mentioned in the first. So you could see the A-50 plane explode in there. So next, second, an A-50 aircraft on the experimental or the experimental A-60. According to operational data, at least 3 A-50s and 1 Tu-95 MS were undergoing repairs at this location at the same time of the strike. Sorry, at the time of the strike, not the same. The Atlant Aero Plant Taganrog, Rostov region, Russia, manufacturer of Molnia strike reconnaissance UAVs and electronic warfare systems. Yeah, this is Transneft, so 14th Regiment formerly. You can see the patch of theirs. And actually now transformed in the 14th Center of the unmanned systems. Well, they mostly specialize on the deep strike. Next, the Shekharis oil terminal, Novorossiysk, Krasnodar Krai, Russia, one of Russia's largest marine oil terminals, with capacity of 39.9 million tons per year. Oil loading, unloading stands for tankers were hit, as well as a launcher of an S-400 air defense system. The Tuapse oil refinery, Tuapse Krasnodar Krai, Russia, the only Russian refinery on the Black Sea coast with a processing capacity of up to 12 million tons of oil per year. Okay, so guys, at least 4 objects were hit. And next day, we got these satellite images actually showing that you see this plane to the left. Yeah, you can see it. The plane to the left is that experimental A-60 plane. You can actually see this by the nose of it. Look at it. This, yeah. So the nose has this pointy end, which actually testifies that it is exactly that A-60 plane. It is, you see, not that pointy here on the A-50. So that A-60, on the next photo, you see it's being destroyed, and Il-76 here. So this is not A-50. This is Il-76 is also destroyed. So pretty good results that are proven by the satellite images. So the text of this message says this. Sorry, of this post says this. As a result of the night attacks on Taganrog, 2 aircrafts were destroyed on the territory of the Beriev Taganrog Aviation Scientific Technical Complex, A-60, an experimental flying laboratory, a laser weapon carrier based on an aircraft platform. So basically, guys, we destroyed the one and only plane. They did not have any others there, and they basically, they lost their Wunderwaffe, that weapon, the super weapon, laser weapon. A100, A100 without radar, an airborne early warning and control aircraft. That's the second one, Il-76. The plant also sustained significant damage, particularly the final assembly workshop. In addition to the aircraft and the workshop, an S-400 position was hit. The consequences are difficult to assess from satellite imagery. Exactly. So, yeah, but allegedly it was hit. That's also the information from Magyar. Okay, next news. This was great news, guys. Destroying Russia's very rare planes that are, weapons that they basically make songs about. Well, I'm kind of exaggerating here, but they definitely use it in their propaganda news pieces. This is good, but how helpful it is, I wonder, in the war in Ukraine, because they were never using this destroyed A-60 plane in this war, in this full-scale war. Okay, next news is from the deep state, and that's a bad news as usually, because unfortunately there's no new good news at all on the front line in the last 2 weeks, even 3 probably. So even on the Boropilla direction, where Azov Corps is dealing with the Russian deep incursion, infiltration, we can call it, they basically cut it already, but Russians keep pushing and they gain small parts of territory there. They are being not very successful there, though, but we're going to talk about different direction. You can see the town of Siversk. Let me show it to you on the map, so you could understand where it is located, okay? Deep State map live, here it is. So let's go here to Siversk. And Siversk is located here. Siversk was held by K2 battalion when they were still a battalion, and when they left to become a regiment, the defense here crumbled, and they was the only battalion that was holding all this together. And even if not, the rotation process usually brings the loss of territory, because it's impossible to change units without losing territory these days. So Siversk, right here, you can see that unfortunately the situation is also becoming bad here. And let me translate the news piece from Deep State according this. Town of Siversk, unfortunately seems to become another Pokrovsk right now. So here's the news piece. The enemy has intensified its actions and achieved gains in the Siversk area. For the first time in a long while, there are changes on this section of the front. The enemy is being spotted increasingly often inside the city, particularly in the southern part of Siversk, as well as on its eastern outskirts. The Russians have attempted various forms of pressure, recorded mechanized assault actions, constant attempts to break in on motorcycles, and endless infantry pressure. A major problem for this entire sector, from Dronivka to Rozdolivka, is that information is not always reported reliably, especially when it concerns neighboring units. Unfortunately, this sometimes backfires, as it did in a situation mentioned in one of our YouTube videos, where a group of Ukrainian soldiers walked in an ambush in the southern part of Siversk, which ended with unpleasant consequences. We are trying to fully clarify the situation about Siversk, but the Russians have found weak spots and are actively pushing into them. And this usually results in bad outcomes. Yeah, unfortunately, when they found the weak spots, that means that in 3 to 6 to 9 months, the city will be, or well, not city, the town or village will be completely occupied. That was an addition from me. Their peace ended with, and this usually results in bad outcomes. Okay, guys, next is a pretty interesting and funny news from Pokrovsk. Can you imagine getting some interesting news from Pokrovsk? So let's watch this video. Oh my god, this is too fucking loud. Who do you see there? It's a babusa running on a... Yes. I don't know how this gear is called. Let's see. Let's see the description to this video. Let me actually put this for you again. War is war, but sports go on according schedule. Ukrainian drone pilots filmed the resident of Pokrovsk, who, in between shelling and urban fighting, doesn't mind stretching her legs a little. So, maybe it's not babusa, but she looks, I don't know, maybe she's young, who knows. But yeah, you see, stretching legs and running on this piece of gear. Maybe you guys tell me how this is called. Treadmill? You call this treadmill. Thank you, guys. Treadmill. Okay. Sorry, but I'm quickly gonna read one comment. Okay, not commenting on the chat to not get distracted, but let me continue. What do we have here? Again, the news from Pokrovsk. Again, from Deep State. So yeah, that's the news, and it sounds like this: fixation of Russians in the area of the railway station in Pokrovsk. Unfortunately, more and more videos are appearing confirming the presence of the occupiers in the central part of the city. This time, a group of degenerates, is walking from north to south along Miru Avenue, filming the ruins of the city and local businesses. While General Frost is still asleep, the enemy is being helped by Colonel Rain and Major Fog. So yeah, guys, you see, Frost usually helps to see enemy clearly. Right now they have advantages and they have success on the battlefield in Pokrovsk too, thanks to Fog and Rain. And you can see what places they were spotted in. Let me show this to you on the Deep State map right now. So in Pokrovsk, there's a railroad going here. Give me a second. Where? So here's, I'm gonna mark it green. Yeah, here's the railroad, this yellow one that you see on the map. So they crossed it partially and already, well, partially. If you see the gray zone up above, that means they crossed it, but that they did not managed to hold the positions there, except for you see this small part here. Yeah, so in this part they're holding the positions, but they were walking here on this photo. You can see it. Yeah, so it should be this street here. Yeah, here they were fixating their own movement with a video from the ground. Okay, guys, there are units we have who need our help, who are waiting for our help, who are on Pokrovsk direction too, and we already helped some of them with an EcoFlow. Now Da Vinci guys who are, I'm not sure that they are exactly in Pokrovsk, but I know they are on Pokrovsk direction. It is not a secret information. So the guys from Da Vinci need a car from us. We're going to be helping with that one. We're not raising funds for it right now, but we shouldn't for you to have the motivation to donate, right? It is right now the 27th National Guard Brigade. And I got the first donation. I got it from Kathy S. 9 minutes ago. She donated $20 and said, tickets, please. Thank you very much, Kathy. And I ask you guys to donate. Thank you. To donate to follow Kathy's leadership and help me raise at least something tonight, because this is going to be a short stream and I'm not setting any goals. That means I want to ask you to donate anything without asking you to get to some goal. Thank you. I will quickly get hydrated and I will, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show you the flag meanwhile. So this flag from 118th Brigade, 157th Battalion, as a part of this brigade, they gave us this beautiful flag. This is battalion's patch, that is brigade's patch. That is an arrow there. So this flag is on the raffle. This is how, guys. This is what you guys can get with your donations. You can get the tickets for the raffle of this flag. One ticket is $10. You can buy as many of them as you want. Thank you, everyone. If you're wondering how to donate, the preferable method is the pinned message in the chat. You see PayPal there. Press that link and you can make the donation to Yaroslav Nehmatulin. This is me. This is my full name, short name, Rick. Okay, I come back to the map and I go back to the news and read you the news about this. About this photo that you can see on the screen. Well, multiple photos and a screenshot made from, or a picture made by the deep state. Okay, so what does it say? Unfortunately, more and more videos are appearing confirming the presence of the occupiers in the central part of the city. This time a group of degenerates walking from north to south along Myrny Avenue, filming the ruins of the city and local businesses. Unfortunately, a simple statement is not enough to force the enemy out of the city center, and attempts to send assault groups into their rear just to report successful actions often end unsuccessfully. So what do they mean by this last sentence? They mean that our command, the Ukrainian command, is, making statements that they kind of kicked out Russians from the center of Pokrovsk town, and they say it's not enough to make a statement to force the enemy out of the city center. You actually need to act. And the second thing that is done by the higher command, they are sending assault groups to the rear of Russians, and unfortunately it ended unsuccessfully. They still report it as successful actions. So as always, there are lies that are taking place, unfortunately, and nothing really changes right now. Why the hell it would even change if no army reform is being done or implemented? So, yeah, let's move to the next news. What do we have here? We have a video from a deep state. I'm going to turn off the sound. We're not going to be watching the video, but we're going to see a place in Pokrovsk where our special operation forces have released footage from this place of raid operations on the northern outskirts of Pokrovsk. So raids are being made to northern parts of outskirts of Pokrovsk, you see? Like you can see on the map right now. And at the same time, there are statements that the center has been deoccupied and stuff like this. So let's read the news of Deep State coming together with this picture. The video shows clearing operations, ambushes, and street fighting. Special operation forces are working in Pokrovsk. You can see the full complexity of the situation in the city, where enemy infantry can be waiting for you around any corner. Based on the location, the actions are taking place in apartment blocks of Stepan Bovkun Street. You can see it's the very northern outskirts of Pokrovsk. So Russians are everywhere in Pokrovsk. And if you see a gray zone, it is not controlled by our forces, and our forces either have positions next to Russian positions, or they are making raids into the gray zone. Well, it's all logical. Gray zone was always a place that is not controlled by nor the enemy, neither the enemy nor our forces. So this video it's like 4-minute video. I don't think I can show it to you now. So this is what else they say there. Deep State, I mean, according to our information, about 100 enemy personnel have infiltrated north of the railway line, and the defense forces are conducting clearing operations, delivering fire strikes, and trying to establish defensive lines. Since further south, the combat formations have been torn apart, and the enemy is pushing into the space between positions. So there's no defense line to the south of the railroad, and Russians have the chance to infiltrate deeper and deeper into Pokrovsk. And actually behind Pokrovsk, you see the gray zone is stretching out further than Pokrovsk itself. So they basically try to walk further through Pokrovsk and further. You see they are taking forestations there, tree lines, roads. Let me set up and make it look better. Yeah, so here's a forest here, guys, and there are tree lines here. They have taken the tree line along the road to the north of Pokrovsk. Well, not taken. I don't think they managed to form the positions, but they are present there. And you see, to deliver something to Mirnohrad, it's impossible right now, because you see Russians are present here and they are making diversions. So if our guys drive these roads, they can easily get shot by the diversion group, or they can get an FPV drone easily, of course. So I think the only way to get there is by foot, and it is through these fields, through these tree lines you see here. So the situation is bad, to say the least. Anyway, this was the end of this news, and let's move to the next one. Which one do we have here? I think this one. Yeah. So last night, not this one. This one was quiet in Kyiv. Not throughout all Ukraine, though. Only in Kyiv it was quiet this night. But last night was pretty loud. I was exhausted after Sunday to Monday 8-hour stream. So I slept like a baby and woke up only 2 times when ballistics was exploding during the night from Monday to Tuesday. I'm talking about that night. Today is Wednesday, I remind you guys. So on the night from Monday to Tuesday, I woke up for like 10 seconds on each of two explosions, but my wife told me it was much louder than what I heard, and much more of those explosions. So Russians killed 7 people in Kyiv and injured more than 20. Okay, is it buffering, guys? Is it like, is the connection stable for most of you? Let me know in the chat, because I see some people have that stuff. Anyway, let's get back to the news. Let's see how it looked in Kyiv last night. Not last, but the night before the last night. Yeah. You can see how people are evacuated, how civilians. You could see the explosion inside of one of the apartments. Everything is covered with smoke. People lost their homes. And you usually don't see this in the Western press lately. This is not interesting. The capitulation plan is much more interesting, right, guys? And keeping focus on the destruction and deaths of Ukrainians is much harder. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm not I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your news outlets, your damn media. Anyway, there are also photos. Look at these destroyed houses, apartment buildings. Not only apartment buildings, though. Russians were also destroying this logistic hub or a warehouse. Just look at this. The trucks there are decimated, if I can use this word here. So yeah, and more photos from the night when our firefighters were dealing with all those fires that Russian strike caused. Okay, now I need to read you the news from Inform Napalm. To remind you who Inform Napalm is, I will... Well, it's not a news, it's an interesting information, like a historical reference. Inform Napalm. Let's go to their website. So Inform Napalm is international intelligence community. You can see it here on the screen. Yeah, let me make it look like this. Here for those who are watching in the vertical format, you can see what their logo looks like. Now you can also see it. Guys, I see more people joining. Please like the stream and share it if you want to make more people aware of the news from Ukraine. Thank you. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Inform Napalm's. I'm actually pretty far right now. I'm catching up with their news. It's almost a month that I'm slacking to read Inform Napalm's news in time. So they were posting this around a month ago. And it sounded like this. Give me a second. In today's update on day 1346 of the full-scale war, Michael Naki reported new developments from the Belgorod region, where Russian soldiers, Rashists, continue to terrorize the local population and commit crimes against civilians, murdering and raping people in Belgorod region, guys, on their own so-called territory. they keep terrorizing the local population. These are not isolated incidents, and only some cases reach the media when victims manage to speak out. Overall, this is widespread practice of Putin's army, an army of murderers and rapists. Back in April 2022, we urged residents of Belgorod region to leave frontline areas as Russian troops were already demonstrating criminal patterns of behavior, not only in temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine, but everywhere the Russian soldiers set foot. And whenever Russians suffer losses or find themselves deployed in rear areas, they always terrorize the civilian population. So, this is not the end of the news. Now, soon, in the second part of this news, the interesting historical information appears. So listen to this. Back in July 2022, we wrote that the residents of Belgorod Oblast are also waiting to be liberated from the Rushists, meaning Russian fascists. Rushists, we call them, who have long occupied this region. Russian propaganda loves to juggle history, so it's worth remembering that Belgorod is a city in Sloboda, Ukraine, Slobozhanщина in Ukrainian. The city was founded in the 16th century as a fortress on the historical territory of Slobidska, Ukraine, where the Russian Empire was divided in 1708. Belgorod was assigned to the Kyiv Governorate, Gubernia in Russian, Gubernia to be precise. From April 10 to December 20, 1918, Belgorod was also part of the Ukrainian state. Before the Hetmanate coup, it was administrated part of Donetchina with its center in Slavyansk. From December 24, 1918 to January 7, 1919, Belgorod served as the seat of the temporary workers and peasants government of Ukraine. In the winter of 1919, a conflict erupted between the governments of Ukraine and Russia due to undefined borders, and during the 1917 to 1919 Russian-Ukrainian War, Belgorod played a strategic role as a railway hub. For this reason, many ethnic Ukrainians have lived historically in the Belgorod region, which is why Belgorodchina is also waiting for liberation from Russian occupation, which has lasted for a century. Today we also call on ethnic Ukrainians of Belgorodchina who live on this land occupied by Russists to help the defense forces of Ukraine defeat the invaders, to pass along information that will help destroy the Russian army of rapists and murderers even faster and more effectively. So what Informed Napalm is reminding us here that in multiple periods of history, I would even say the longer time that it is Russian, it was Ukrainian. It belonged to Ukraine for at least 2 centuries. Then Russia took it by force, and it belonged to Russia for the last at least 100 years. And what do we have here? We have it, let me show it to you on the deep state map. What region are we talking about, right? So here is, let me get to the standard map. Here's Belgorod. You see, guys, Kharkiv and Belgorod, they are basically like enemy cities, right now. But before, they were neighboring cities. And you guys could see that back in the days, it was a part of Ukraine. It is good to remind the world sometimes that Belgorod is Ukraine. Unfortunately, we, in order to defeat Russia, we will have to destroy a lot of things in Belgorod, because the military infrastructure of Russia is integrated into Belgorod very deeply, So yeah, this is war. It's either us or them. Let's hope Russian state and Russian army will disintegrate by itself before we have to, you know, to step on their territory again, and we will, you know, be able to get back our territory temporarily occupied by Russia without heavy battles. Well, we don't have the men to defeat Russian army on the battlefield. Okay, let's get back to the news pieces. What do we have here? Which one was that? Next news piece is this. Okay. Am I? Oh yeah. This is the news from Zelensky about the attack that I was showing you the pictures of. These pictures, this attack. So Russians launched 460 drones, more than 460, and used 22 missiles of various types. So this was pretty heavy shelling. Guys, I want to make a quick pause in the news and ask you once again to donate. We got only one donation of $20 today. It will be amazing to raise at least, I don't know, 100 today. I'm not setting any goals, and if I'm not going to raise even 100, it's okay, but I am sure we're capable of raising more than $20 today. So please help me here, and let me not do this just for the news, but also have some good result, or at least some result for the armed forces of Ukraine, for our defenders, because this is the only way to win this war is keep helping them. Is they are the only ones that are standing between us and that murderers and rapists who want to come to each of our homes. First all Ukrainians, then Europeans. Who knows, maybe Europeans even before they come to the homes of all Ukrainians. I hope it will never happen, but we need to stay united. We need to keep fighting them all together. Okay, guys, I go on with the news. What was there? This news piece is the reaction of Sternenko. There's going to be no illustration to that. If you need a reminder who Sternenko is, we can get to his YouTube channel real quick so you would see that guy. I think there he is. So, Ukrainian volunteer activist, in the past a political prisoner, a man who had 4 attempts of murder, and who survived all of this, and who is right now leading the nation. Zelensky is not the only one leading the Ukrainian nation right now. We have more leaders like Sternenko, and some of us even consider him our second president, the unofficial one. Anyway, let's go. He said this: I'm already tired of the news about the 28 points. There will be no points. The Russians will continue waging war against us. They will keep striking the rear. They will keep advancing at the front. It would be far better if there were this much hype right now about army reform, because without a combat-ready army, we will be left without a state. The military, and this is written in caps lock, the military needs immediate changes. Otherwise, Ukraine will not hold out. Today, Sternenko posted a video where he explained it very well. What we need, how it works. This video is must see, guys. Today's video, 26 minutes long. I'm gonna send it to the chat. They are pretty decent subtitles because his diction is amazing, and it's easy to to form subtitles from his speech. So please, here's the link. Go check it out, and Sternenko will not disappoint you. Yes, it will not be pleasant to listen to him because he's telling the ugly truth. As you can see, guys, I'm inspired by him, and in many things I'm copying him. And he also said today that not talking about the army reform now is a crime. So he also called for everyone in Ukraine to talk about the army reform, demand it constantly, because we don't have much time. Our time is running out. So I ask you to listen to Sternenko's video. Here it is in the chat. Thank you. Okay. So, on the same topic, there was Zelensky's address.
Шановні українці.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fucking loud. Sorry for that, guys.
Українки. Сьогодні наша делегація повернулась.
He was talking about these so-called negotiations. He was talking about the so-called peace plan, and that, there's a big chance to end this war this year already. So Ukrainian militant, remember those guys who are from the special operation forces, who are writing the reactions to the current events on Telegram, who I constantly try to quote to you. Their name is Legion. So they are Ukrainian defenders, and they are very patriotic. So let's listen to their reaction to this address of Zelensky. Mr. President, when will we be honest and direct communication with society? No, sorry, not we. When will there be honest and direct communication with society? Because what Zelensky demonstrated in this video and many other of his addresses lately is complete ignoring. He is ignoring all what people are demanding, what people need, what people are saying. And yeah, Mr. President, when will there be honest and direct communication with society? Here's a hint, they say. Negotiations are ongoing, but the end of the war is not now and not soon. The processes are complex. The negotiation frameworks stretch on 4 months, and each side is trying to buy time and force acceptance of its own terms, especially the enemy. This work may last a year or more, and we need to say that openly. There are many components. Why give people hope that doesn't exist? Why say, any day now, when in reality there is a difficult struggle. Every day matters, and every step requires strength. Honesty is now more important than beautiful words. Society needs to know the truth. Negotiations continue, work is being done, but the war is not over. The fight goes on, at the front, in every decision, in every effort. And it depends on us how long we hold and how effectively we act. No empty expectations. There is only reality and our resistance. Is this really so hard? They are asking this rhetorical question in the end. It seems it's hard to have honest and direct communication. It doesn't seem it's obvious, because there's no such communication between our president and the society. The citizens. Okay. Another message. This one I think is from Sternenko. Or wait, I think it might be from Ukrainian militant too. It's easy to check, by the way, so give me a second. I will check that one. Oh, it's easy. I'm almost there, guys. Give me a second. A technical pause for you to catch a breath, okay? Yeah, that's also from Ukrainian militant on the same topic. Oh, Marina, I would like to ask that question, so wait for me to finish the news, okay? I will answer. Sorry, did I say ask? I will answer most of the questions when I finish the news. I did not prepare that many of them today, so I will be done in like 15 minutes, I guess. Listen to what Ukrainian militant has to say about this so-called peace plan. And they are saying this after the scandal that is unveiling, is it? Unfolding, probably, in the U.S. right now with the traitor of United States, Steve Witkoff, who is actually seems to be a Russian agent, openly working towards Russian interests and not the American ones. Definitely not Ukraine's, but we're not even expecting that. But at least the American interests, he is not even doing that. He is just pushing Russian narratives and Russian interests. So, let me read the reaction of Ukrainian militant here. To call this a peace plan, sorry, give me a second. Wrong, yeah. Calling an ultimatum for Ukraine's capitulation a peace plan is the same as calling a war a special military operation and an aggressor's invasion a liberation. The authors of this document are twisting language. It's a classic propaganda trick. This is not a peace plan. It does not lead to peace. It is an invitation to the next wave of aggression. What we must understand about this so-called peace plan is simple. No matter what points it contains, all of Putin's demands will be included, and even if they are not, absolutely nothing will stop Russia from breaking the agreement, just as it has always done with everyone. The only real question is how much time Russia will need to rebuild its economy and military potential. Secondly, US guarantees have the same value as a Russian signature on any treaty. That's a very important point, guys. US guarantees have the same value as a Russian signature on any treaty. I totally agree with this point. And they say next, Ukrainian militant come to this conclusion. It is time to acknowledge that the United States is not our partner or ally. The current administration is doing everything possible to prevent Russia from losing this war. And I totally agree to that. I won't drink water to that. I will just drink water, okay? Okay. No, Ukrainian militant. Right now I'm reading the news from Ukrainian militant. Give me a second. I will show them to you once again. Sternenko is quoting them sometimes, so they are based. They work together with Inform Napalm in hacking operation and cyber attacking operation on different Russian institutions, military. How do you call them? Not only institutions. Okay, here's Ukrainian militant. Why I haven't joined this channel from my profile. So here is, here's their name, here's how they look. And that's them who said it's time to acknowledge that the United States is not our partner or ally. Yeah, and in my opinion, previous administrations were also not really our partners and allies. Take Bill Clinton, who signed the Budapest Memorandum. Take Barack Obama, who was overseeing the destruction of our arsenal. There is a lot of things that were done to prevent Russia from taking what it deserves from United States administrations. Anyway, let's go to the next news. Sterenko posted today this, the news about the leaked conversations between Witkov and Russian thugs Ushakov and which was the other one. Here are leaked Witkov tapes published by Bloomberg. He's literally instructing the Russians and explaining to them how to sway Trump to Russia's side. And he tells the Russians that they must demand control over the entire Donetsk region. Sorry. Yeah. And his conclusion after those tapes, I'm not going to be reading them, guys. You have plenty of that stuff on different channels. Everyone is sucking, not sucking, we say it in Ukrainian, obsmoktuyut. It's like everyone is basically do what? Focus on those news a lot and just, discuss only them. So not going to read them, but I just wanted to read the reaction of Sternenko for you. In the end, he said this: Witkov is a Russian stooge working for Putin even more than Ushakov or Dmitriev. He's literally an agent of the Russian Federation inside Trump's circle, and Trump is perfectly fine with that. Exactly. Trump is perfectly fine with that shit. Okay, guys. I want to make a quick pause once again and remind you that we're also raising funds here. And if you want to donate, if you have the means, if you, if you like any of these news, maybe the run in Babusa, huh? That was funny. Working out Babusa. Yeah, please send a donation because all we raised today in 1 hour and 2 minutes is $20, guys. $20. I would like to at least go out with 100, but not setting any goal. Gonna end the stream whenever the hell. No matter how much money we will have, I am gonna end the stream in half an hour, maybe even less than that. So please donate. Please help me feel productive today, because if I will do 1.5 hour stream and raise only $20, it's gonna be, I don't know, a bit maybe unproductive. At least it will feel like that. Anyway, I shut up and go to the next news. What is the next news we had? Some explosions on Russian territory tonight. This was loud. Sorry for that, guys. And I need to do what? I need to explain. I need to translate the text that came together with this video from the Russian territory. Let me go back here. This is from Magyar, I guess. Oh no, this is actually also from Ukrainian militant, but it was of course reported by Magyar too. But I wanted to read the additional information to this strike about the facility. So Ukrainian militant is the guys from there. They are researching different Russian facilities, where they are located, what they are producing, mostly, military facilities. So they do what? They do explode. So here's the translation. On the night of the 26th of November, let me show you the video once again. Yeah, okay. On the night of 26th of November, a drone strike hit the premises of the Vnire Progress enterprise in Cheboksary, one of the key hubs of Russia's military electronics. They specialize in the production of navigation systems, antennas, and electronic modules, without which missiles, drones, guided airdrop bombs, and targeting systems turn into scrap metal. In effect, they create the brain of Russia's high-precision weaponry. And that's the previous strike on... no, wait. I actually don't know where this screenshot is made from, or a photo, but it's definitely from that facility. So let's get back to this. It looks better, right? The distance. A strike on this Vnire progress is a strike on enemies' ability to bring death to Ukrainian cities and civilians. The distance to the target is about 1,000 kilometers, and once again we see that the depth of dispersal of the Russian military-industrial complex no longer guarantees safety. No defense plant, no institute, no sacred cow of the Russian MIC, military-industrial complex, is out of reach. None of them is out of reach. Such strikes have a double effect. First, they directly knock out critical elements of the production chain. Second, they destroy the sense of impunity the enemy has hidden behind all these years, so that the aggressor's technological machine begins to choke. This is not the first time the defense forces have struck this enterprise, and this practice will definitely continue. Amazing. So yeah, this is the photo from the previous strike on this facility. You can see it burning there. Okay, next. An additional information that Ukrainian militant is providing to this news. Listen to this. One must treat the enemy's unique enterprises with extreme attention. There are facilities, especially those that produce special military modules and critical technology components, that cannot be replaced by anything or anyone. No other such production sites exist anymore in the Russian Federation. The systematic disabling of a whole range of these facilities ensures that the enemy will be able to manufacture fully functioning weapon systems or restore them at the required scale. Okay. Ensures that the enemy will not be able, probably, because it's illogical. So yeah, I think... Не зможе. Hey guys, ChatGPT fucked up in translation. That's the first time I noticed that. There's no logic in this sentence. I just checked. It said the opposite in Ukrainian. Okay. This is extremely important. It is not advisable to publicly announce potential targets for future strikes, but it is important that we are heard and that we can assist the responsible structures with information and analytical justification, Ukrainian militants say. And the next and the last in this news piece is also an additional information from them. It's the example. A simple example based on real events and the current situation. There is a small factory, Factory X. It produces a single item or a line of items and supplies them to Russia's military-industrial complex. There's a huge line of customers waiting for this product because there is nowhere else to get it. They wait for a long time. Their state defense contracts fall apart. And now imagine that drones hit this factory and inform it that it has been written off. That's another news, guys. It's hard to understand what they're saying here, but yeah, so basically the drones hit this factory, just like the aircraft in Taganrog 2 nights ago. Suddenly the factory entire operation is effectively buried. Do you understand the scale of the disruption? This is exactly what we are talking about. So, Ukrainian militant is reminding how important it is to hit these facilities that produce some important electronics for the brains of the Russian missiles and drones. So, those attacks should definitely increase, and I guess they will increase in the nearest future. Okay, I got one more donation, guys. It's from Giancarlo. It was 7 minutes ago. He donated $11.05 with no comment. Thank you, Giancarlo. You're getting a ticket for the flag. So, guys, $31. That's what we raised today so far. Please donate more, because that's, I don't know, that's 5%. No, wait, sorry. It is around 5% of 500. No, it is more than that. Around 7% of the usual 500 I get on weekday streams. So please, please do what? Please keep donating. I need you. As always, I need you every day, right? Thank you. And I want to thank David47 for a gifted membership. I want to thank You Know They Exist for a super chat that says, and here is thanks for all true heroes everywhere. Thank you, my friend. Boom Jugga Jugga motherfucker. Adam Rounds is a javelin here on YouTube for 22 months. Wow, thank you. And another super chat. It was the first one from You Know They Exist, $2. Please, everybody, give thanks for fallen heroes. Yeah, guys, I will ask you to buy some gifted memberships if you can, but not for the fallen heroes. In this case, it's going to be for my work. You got to understand that, yeah, it doesn't apply to me. I'm no hero, and I am just providing you with the news and the fundraising for Ukrainian army. That's what I do. And another $2 super chat from Mr. You Know They Exist. $2. Wishing thanks to BB, Greg, Pete, and all the rest. Who is BB? Blackbeard, right? Is it Blackbeard? BBG. Are you talking about them? I hope so. Okay. Thank you. Let me continue. Never gonna let you down.
Tickets plus
Never
Rick.
gonna run around and desert you. Thank you very much, Just Jimmy, for buying 2 tickets on the what? The base. It's 1,000 hryvnias. So 2 times 500. 500 for each ticket. Thank you very much. Okay, let me continue. And I want to do what? I already want to eat. I need to finish the stream in 17 minutes. So guys, you have only 17 minutes to donate. If you don't donate, I will go with the result of $31 today on PayPal and $24 on the base from Just Jimmy. Thank you, Just Jimmy. Yeah, I'm exhausted today. Maybe when I'm exhausted, I am not very motivating, probably, right? Because, I don't know, lack of energy? What the hell is this? Okay, whatever. Let me focus on the important thing. Of the real thing is the news. So, only 3 news pieces I wanted to provide you with. This is the news from Sternenko. He made a screenshot of the Telegram channel called Bakhmutsky Demon, the demon of Bakhmut. Demon is in Ukrainian. So the demon of Bakhmut posted this. Let me translate it to you from Ukrainian in like real-time translation. He says this: I'm constantly thinking of how the army reform, how much it is needed, how the military reserve is needed, how it is important so many old generals will go on pension, how it is important to do the proper basic training and training in general, how well should be the financial motivation for the officers, and how many different paper business should be changed. This is going to be the main task in the next years. And Sternenko posted this and said this. And this is the good news, guys. I'm happy to see this. Listen. Military personnel are increasingly speaking publicly about the need for army reform. This is very important, so soldiers would be talking about this. Soldiers and officers, not only Sternenko and Bogdan Krotevich. And he sees that more personnel, they start speaking about the need of the army reform. Ignoring them equals ignoring common sense, meaning ignoring the military. Our military is ignoring common sense. Enough comforting ourselves with illusions. Russia will not agree to any ceasefire right now. For our state not to cease to exist, immediate and fundamental changes in the army are necessary. Every day of delay costs us far too much. I urge everyone to talk about this. Silence, in this case, is a crime. And I totally agree with Sternenko here. And I don't want to be a part of this crime. I won't be silent, and I am not silent. Lately, for this month, I'm talking about the army reform on my every stream. I'm talking, I'm showing you this. I'm showing you the reaction of Sternenko and of the soldiers who talk about the army reform, or the officers, or the former soldiers and officers. You know what I'm talking about, guys. You've been on these streams for this time, right? So you understand me. And I totally agree with Sternenko. Every day of delay costs us far too much. I urge everyone to talk about this. Silence, in this case, is a crime. So, yeah, I'm happy that I provided this one. Provided, more like translated. And talking about the army reform, I want to show you this meme. This one says, "And you are funny. I will mobilize you the last." Just let me make it bigger. It is not seen properly. So this GIF actually depicts a personality, in my opinion. "And you are funny. I will mobilize you the last." Someone, I actually don't remember where did I get this one. Let me see. I will quickly find. Now I'm curious who posted this. No, this is just some guy in the chat posted this. Yeah, no, Sternenko did not post this one. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Today in his video, Sternenko was also saying that army reform is impossible without the serious personnel changes in the highest ranks of the sorry guys, I need to say this again. So the army reform, Sternenko says that the army reform is impossible without the serious changes in the higher ranks. So the personnel, the command should be changed. It is impossible. So he is implying that Syrsky should be replaced with some commander who is respected. I would vote for Mikhailo Drapati. He would make an amazing. Just imagine that officer of honor who resigned after failing to accomplish decent results in as a ground commander, resigning after a few months working there. So Mikhailo Drapati, one of the best Ukrainian officers who has enough experience to become the commander-in-chief and who has the potential to change all of this. He should become a commander-in-chief, but with a huge but. Not huge but with one condition. He should become a commander-in-chief with the capability to change the team that is working underneath him, to change all those loyal to Syrsky commanders, generals, colonels who are going to be sabotaging him if they are not going to change, if they are not going to be replaced with the same decent commanders as Mikhailo Drapati. So yeah, I just wanted probably to move to the next news, and it concerns Nabu and Sapo. Well, actually, in this case, just Nabu. So there was this public conference that... Okay, it's now too big. Give me a second. I need to make the picture smaller so you could see what is happening there. By the way, I saw the question in the chat from Andreas. No, Andreas, I don't think that's his words. I mean, Sirski's words. Probably not. So that's a committee of our parliament, and I think on that committee there was a... Who? The head of Nabu was speaking on that committee. And what did he say? Let me tell you. I translated this news. It should be here. So listen to this. It concerns the Mindic case. It concerns the tapes. And they reacted to the questions from society, from journalists, that they stopped publishing the tapes, right? So let's see how they reacted. The Nabu is not publishing new Midas recordings because they are still undergoing procedural verification, said Nabu director Semen Krivonos during a meeting of the Verkhovna Rada committee. MPs asked whether the publication was paused because of the geopolitical situation, but Krivonos replied that although the public expects more materials, the Bureau cannot release evidence that was not yet being examined or completely procedurally. We weren't shooting a TV series, he said. We only published the part of the information that helps the investigation. Admin's note. I think it was posted on Democratic X. I would like to read it. Admin's note. Though honestly, the idea of eventually selling Midas to Netflix shouldn't be taken off the table. According to him, there are no formal bans of the Bureau's work. In other words, pressure exists, but it is the usual kind and does not affect the progress of the investigation, mainly obstruction of work and systemic collection of data on Nabu detectives and leadership. Earlier, the head of the Nabu's detective groups reported that investigators found 527 dossiers containing personal data of journalists, officials, MPs, SBU employees, and information on 15 Nabu detectives in the back office of Mindic and his criminal organization. These dossiers were already in the suspect's prosecution as of July 17th. Krivonos also confirmed that Nabu is investigating possible violations in the construction of fortifications in Poltava region. So yeah, here's an update from Nabu. And that's all the news, but there was another small update from Nabu that I want to translate for you. Give me a second. I am almost ready. Here it is. Come on, ChatGPT, be faster. Come on. Come on. Information has appeared. So Nabu posted this. Listen, guys. Nabu said, information has appeared about alleged publishing emails being sent out on behalf of the National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine. Please note that the official domain name of Nabu is nabu.gov.ua. The National Bureau has no connection to the domain nabu.org.ua organization. We urge citizens to remain vigilant, not open suspicious emails, and follow cybersecurity rules. It's not a big news. But it's important to know this, in my opinion. It's important to know that there is some phishing activity happening in Nabu's name. So someone is trying to get information from Ukrainian citizens, um, actually pretending to be Nabu. Okay, guys, that's the end of the news. I finished in 1 hour and 25 minutes, and I have 5 minutes for questions, and then I will have to go eat and go to bed earlier today. Of course, I will have to do some stuff before that, but I want to go earlier because tomorrow I'm gonna go to the car repair service and leave my car there for a week, because I need to. In Ukrainian, it is called like something like regulate the clapan valves, the valves of the engine. So the adjustment of the valves of the engine when they need to measure the how do you call this? Measure the fuck. It's a hard word. Zazor. Maybe I translated. Give me a second. Clearance. Yeah, clearance, air gap, airspace, and yeah, gap space between the valves and what is the other part? Tappers. And they will have to take the peel off part of it to make it fit ideally, to make the engine work better, and like technical examination will also be done. So my my car will probably spend a week there. I already have asked El Greco to borrow his truck, so I'm gonna be driving a pickup truck for a week around the town, running errands and going to the streams. Yeah, but I will also be helping him with the stuff he needs. It's his car, and I need to. And that's the car you raised funds for, guys. That's shite, Rick. Hope they can fix as soon as fucking possible, and for not too much money. It's gonna cost me. He told me at least $600, and it's up to $750. Yeah, and yeah, this might be up to $1,000 for me. But I have some savings that I can spend on this. It's not a problem. I was prepared for this because when they replaced the engine, they told me then in 8,000 kilometers I gotta come to them to do this procedure. So I knew that in 8,000, and I actually already did 8.5. So I'm just gonna be getting back there. Okay, the questions I got in the chat. Let me see. With the manpower shortage, is relevant reforms actually realistic, Rick? Yeah, but the problem is Zelensky doesn't want those reforms and ignoring the Ukrainian people. And it can be done only by his will. You know, that's the problem. I mean, the process could be initiated only by his will. Thank you, David. Thank you for €3 super sticker. I really appreciate it. Guys, please buy gifted memberships. You have last 2 minutes for it. And send a donation. You have the last 2 minutes for it. We got, let me tell you, 3 more donations. No, 4. Andreas Lach donated $10. Hard times for sure. What we can do is what we can do. Together. Heart broken, then heart, then flame, then Ukrainian flag emojis. Thank you, Andreas. So that was $41. Then Julia Fira donated 15 Canadian dollars. 1 ticket, please. So it is approximately 10, right? 15 Canadian is approximately 10 US dollars, if I'm not mistaken. Canadian to USD. 15 is $10.69. Yeah, guys. So that was what? 41, 51. Then Surfer Des donated $50. Stay safe, all. Thank you very much, Surfer Des. Felipe, thank you for this donation. $20 donation from Wella. Thanks for the news update. Again, tickets to rollers, please. Thank you very much. Well, so that was what? 51 plus 70. 121. Okay, guys. Thank you. If anyone wants to donate in the next 1-2 minutes, I will really appreciate it. But if not, it's already a result, at least $100. Sorry, $120. I was not setting any goals. I was not pressuring you today. Just whined a bit. I was whining just a bit. But thank you very much. Rick, do members of your Rada have constituents they are responsible for so you can write to them? Technically, I think you can, but I doubt it works with our MPs. I actually haven't been, doing this in my life yet. Someday it will come to this, but to be honest, I did not elect any of these, so I cannot. I can and really don't want to write them any letters. Okay, let's go. That's shite, Rick. Hope they can fix it as fast as fucking possible. Yeah. What a car you've got. I cannot tell you. There's no reason why you need to tap it clearance doing at 8,000 kilometers. No, you don't get it. I got the new used engine. So they took an engine from one car, put it on mine, Hoops Groove, and that engine, we don't know when the clearance was made. So we got to check at least if it is needed. If it's needed, then it should be done, because that's the engine that it's not from my car. I don't know much about this engine. This is why it should be done. Thank you, Wella. Fuck, guys, I also forgot to tell you about one news, but I promised to tell you, and it's bad news. Katerina Kosecka's father died, I think last night, and she informed me about this today, and she wrote a post, I think, on Instagram today. Yeah, she lost a father, and please go to her, of her social media, YouTube or Instagram, or I think that's all she's using, YouTube and Instagram. Please give her the words of support. We are messaging back and forth here today with her, but I think she is still in shock. She's not grieving yet, because but who knows? I am not with her right now. I don't see her. But yeah, it's bad news, and life is so short, and we gotta value every moment of it, even if it is hard, very hard on the front line. In the rear, it's not hard here comparing to the front line, but our life can end at any moment. And lately, I try to live. Of course, I don't live every day like it's my last, but at least I try to do it. No, Alvin Archer, it was natural causes. He had a insult and a cardiac arrest. Another one he had both a few years back. Then he had some complications after COVID, and for the last week or week and a half, he was in reanimation because he got another one, and he did not get back from. He did not recover from it. He unfortunately died tonight, and yeah, I'm gonna try to support Katerina as I can and as well as I can, and I need you to help me with this. This is indeed awful, Pat Chellen. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I was really sorry for Katerina too today. Yeah, guys, so the situation is pretty tough, but we're not giving up. Our soldiers are not giving up, and they are getting the help from us. Guys, if you're missing the videos with the reports on my channel, please check them out. Let me show them to you real quick. So let's go to my channel. In the videos section, there are some very interesting videos like high speed under nets, 26 Artillery Brigade got a car from us, or helping 5 more units than we planned. So we planned to help 1 and we helped 6 units in this video. Car for 117th Brigade and different equipment. Then we packed the 3rd Assault Brigade guys with tires, car repair for Fuzzy, mud tires for 92nd Brigade, half of the electronic warfare here. Yeah, so in this high speed under nets, it's a car for 26th Brigade. I just got a video for a car from the Special Operation Forces. Did not get the time to make a video and post it. So there's always something coming out there. So please don't miss those videos on my channel. Thank you, guys. Thanks for sharing, Rick. We will be thinking about Katarina's daddy. Yeah, guys, please, if you're religious, pray for him. And for Katarina too, because she's amazing. She's so inspiring, and there were a lot of, it's like indeed a bad, like a dark line for her. White lines and black lines, we call it this way. So it's like, it's a dark period for her, very, bad and unfortunate. And yeah, she doesn't deserve all of this. She does not. Bina, I'm gonna go check it right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna do it in this browser that is private. Yes. Dr. Mama has her Bradley renewed on my Donatello. Thank you very much, guys. Guys, remember this 66%. I need to update it. I think in the last month and a half, you helped me boost it to something like 74%. I will update it until the next stream, before the next stream, and you will see the updated result. But if you want to support my work, and you're still not subscribed to my base or Donatello or Patreon, please do it. I need that support because I lost a $300 subscriber there, and I only compensated with your help around 50% of that. So it is still not even compensated. I mean, the previous income, I did not even reach it. So yeah, please, if you want to become a subscriber, it starts with $3 or $5 on different platforms. It's a bit different. And the most popular ones are $10 and $25 a month. But I will appreciate every tier subscription, because the more subscribers I get of lower tiers, the better. It's going to be not that hard to lose them. By the way, I lost 2 base subscribers, 1 Javelin and 1 Stinger in the last few weeks. 2 actually in the last 1.5 weeks. Yeah, so that shit also happened. But you see, Stinger and Javelin is not hitting me that hard if people are unsubscribing. So it's okay, it's manageable. I just ask you, if you are not a subscriber yet, please subscribe. Okay, last thing I want to show you is something I have here on my table. I got these postcards today on my Nova Posta box. And these are from this organization. Look who this is, guys. Charity fund, The Little Fire. They sent me these beautiful postcards. Just look at them. And this, you see, it is, the author is Alona. I think it's Alona. Alona. Or is it Tatiana? Shit. Uliana. Oh, that's different. There are different authors. So basically, guys, these pictures, these pictures are created by the kids there that are being the part of Little Fire community. They are beautiful. They are, they are different. Yeah, just look at them. I'm gonna be showing them to you real quick, one by one. Yeah, they are really attractive. There are some with notes and some food. There are some like these. And look at this. So damn beautiful. This is Kharkiv, guys. This is in Kharkiv. This building is in Kharkiv. There are such and such beautiful postcards. So you know what? I got this present from Little Fire, and I'm gonna be using these for the packages. Yeah, I'm gonna be sending these ones to you randomly, guys. So when you win a raffle item or subscribe to my base, I also send the package when I get the new subscribers on my page. I send the postcards together with those packages. I'm signing them, of course, writing some short text to you, short letter. Yeah, this is an amazing project, really. The drawings of the kids from Little Fire community are on these postcards, and they sent it to me as a thank you for your help, guys. So I'm going to be sending these ones to you bit by bit when you win something or when you subscribe to the base. When you're expecting a package from me, you should expect for these, I think it's around 10 or 12 of them here. So once I run out of them, I will tell you. That's okay. I run out of the postcards, so don't expect them anymore. Okay, guys. I love you all. You've got a lot of ads today, so it's good for your income. I watched them all to the end, Rick. Yeah, guys, I forgot to tell you, I decided to experiment today with ads, and tell me, please, personally on Discord if it was annoying for you. But I talked to my YouTube manager, and he recommended to try these, so I maybe need to ask you more often if it's annoying for you or not. Rick, how is the situation in Kharkiv, not Kharkov? Kharkov is a Russian version, so it's Kharkiv. Yeah. Bina, the situation is as usual. It's being attacked more often than Kyiv, I guess, and they're closer to Russia, so it's more dangerous for Kharkiv citizens, but they're holding on. The situation with electricity is not good, but it's not good all over Ukraine. Rick, great stream. Thank you, Just Jimmy. Thank you guys for the compliments there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for donating today. We got $121. It's already a good result. Since I was not setting a goal and letting you rest today, guys, it's a good result. Thank you very much. At least one stream with no pressure, okay? Rick, what's going on with the corruption cases? They are being investigated. For now, we don't have much updates or many updates. Oh, that was the same city. I see. Thanks. A friend's family is still there. Yeah, Kharkiv and Kharkov is the same city. It's just the Russian and Ukrainian spelling. That's it. Okay, guys. I end the stream now. Thank you so much for being here. Who's running Odessa? Basically, that military administration head. I forgot his name. Keeper, his last name is. So Keeper is running Odessa right now. And the Odessa City Hall, city administration. Yes, great stream, Rick. Awesome job. Thank you very much, guys. Please buy gifted memberships when you can to support me, because it's the last week and my last couple of chances to get to the average income. Right now, you know what? Let me show it to you. I haven't been showing it to you the whole month, So right now I am on 1,700 and in November. You see, I'm 1,734. So the additional, let me make it bigger. The additional $266 needed to reach the average income. So your gifted memberships, super chats, super stickers actually bring me closer to that goal. So tomorrow I'll probably have a stream with Jonathan if he can do it. If not, I will find guests and Anastasia. Jonathan and Anastasia, I'm going to plan this one for tomorrow. See you there, guys. See you. Love you. And thank you for everything you do for our army, for our guys. They are not going to give up. And we need to help them. We need to help them resist the Russian pressure, the occupation, and fight back and eliminate the occupiers. They are really good in this, guys. I have an update about Mickey for you. I'm going to ask him if I'm allowed to share that information, but tomorrow or on Sunday I will give an update if he allows to tell this to me. Heroям slava. Annie, thank you for being here today. Missed you. What is Katarina's father's name, please? I think if you don't see it in the post on Instagram, I need to ask her because I asked her, but she didn't tell me before. Epitox, good to see you. You see, guys, it's so hard to say goodbye today. But I should say, live long, prosper, and donate. And Slava Ukraini. Bye, guys. And the sun will rise over the free Donbass.